Wolf's Head by Shani Oates. This is the second book in the Odin trilogy by Shani Oates. And the first book was only ever released as a paperback. And this is the second book which got not only a paperback, but also a regular hardcover, and also this beautiful collector's edition. There's, from what I understand, also a like a super expensive edition with a beautiful slipcase and all the rest, but I'm quite sure those are all sold out. In fact, these collector's editions may also be sold out. The regular hardcovers are quite beautiful, quite simple in comparison to this, but Anathema's books are invariably of very high quality, and I'm sure that it's quite beautiful also. They always are, Anathema's books, aren't they? So what can I tell you about this particular one? Well, it took me a little while to prepare to read this book, actually. As I've mentioned before in my videos, my knowledge of Norse mythology is tentative at best, but having read through Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology, that was really all the preparation that I needed have worried about, because in fact, Shani Oates really describes everything that she's talking about quite well. She does assume that you know the mythology. Not in depth, but at least that you would know some of the main names, right? Apart from that, the book itself is really well written. I took exception a little to Shani Oates' style in The Devil's Supper, which I found was too dense. The language that she'd chosen to use was too full of nominalizations, which made reading just laborious. It's not the case here. It's actually quite a pleasant read, much more pleasant than I was expecting, and I've learned so much. It's actually a fascinating book. So it's a book in two parts, as you can read over here. The first part is Skin Turners and Shapeshifters, and the second part is Tethers of Law and Death, and it's all within the context of Odin, right? So the subtitle here might be very revealing. Odin, the ecstatic god of tethers and skin turning. So if I turn over to show you the contents, you can see some of those chapter titles over here. This first chapter, Skin Turners and Shapeshifters, is about werewolves, their origins, and also berserkers. So the berserker would be the bear man, right, rather than the wolf man. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. From she takes it from the point of view of mythology, but also from the point of view of what we know of history, right? And then the second part is about Odin being the god of tethers and the law, and of transgressing those laws, and the effects of transgressing those laws. Not necessarily even laws of the land, but taboos and these kinds of things, right? So here are the some of those chapter headers. As I say, it looks quite intimidating, which is why I spent so much time reading up other books before I got started here, but I really needn't have worried. She's very good at explaining herself along the way. The three appendices, I kind of wish that I'd seen these earlier, actually. Appendix 1 is the etymology, and she does a fantastic job of explaining many of the words, right? Many of the words that may seem foreign. Is this, berserker, just unknown, right? But it's kind of important to understand what these words mean and where they come from, right? Possibly also what kind of words in the English language they have given. What English words have their origins in these Norse words. Right. I don't know if Norse is actually the right word to use here. Then there is the second appendix, which is a chronology. And then the third appendix is just straight up Snorri Sturluson's introduction to Heimskringla. And it's it's just a description right there of the Heimskringla. So some just the kind of background reading that you need before reading the book, right? And that's it. That's kind of what you get. Let me show you some of the art, which is extraordinary. Now, sometimes the art looks a little bit... It's the faces. The artist's way of rendering faces. It doesn't bother me because I'm kind of used to a comic book aesthetic. But whenever there are no faces, you can see that the artist's use of symbology is just fantastic. And this style with the little dots, I just love that. It's so beautiful. I think there are only two of the illustrations which do feature faces, and yeah, I mean they're not my favorite, and they don't have to be because you get these on other pages, right? Really nice. Very powerful imagery, very dynamic. Really lovely. So there we go. Let me see if I can maybe find one more. Here we are. There we go. So, yet another beautiful production by Anathema Publishing. I've learned so much through these pages. It's it's all the quality that you expect from Anathema by now, and and it's a great one. Adding to my knowledge of the Norse background, Norse magic and so on. Super. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope the video was at least a little useful for you. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon with another video. See you. Bye-bye.